I'll be your host for the night. It's a wonderful thing, it's a wonderful day to have you here today. If I have to tell you a little bit of background of couples resolution, we've got one passion, and that passion is to unite families, to help them restore their relationships so that they are able to live together in love and in unity. We have people that are interested in peace, unity, love. Then we're on the same page. Tonight we've got a very interesting topic we're going to discuss about. A topic that is very dear to my heart. It has been on my mind for a very long time. Ever since I was a girl, I'm a woman now. Ever since I was a girl, I always wondered about this creature called a man. I'm born between 8 boys, but yet I couldn't understand these people. So tonight we've got a lineup of not only handsome gentlemen, but very outspoken and who are very ready to ignite us and educate us about this thing called men, because that's what us Africans call it. Okay? There's a movie they call this thing called marriage, and then they go around and call and say this thing called man. What is he? What does he think? How does he do this? What does he need? How do I satisfy him? And all those kind of things. I'm sure you all have the same questions. You want to please him this, you want to do this and that, but then it's just not working out. But tonight we're gonna find out what they want us to know as ladies actually. And I mean, we have a couple of numbers of single ladies that are so interested and wants to know about men, but then they just don't, because men don't speak out, or they don't have the right time, or we don't have the opportunity, or whatsoever it is. But tonight we are going to find out. Well, please help me to introduce our panels as they are going to come forward. First of all, I would like to welcome you and thank you so much for making the time to come and learn, because it's going to be a wonderful moment. My panels, are you ready? Okay, in the lineup of panels, we've got Zeka George, who's an entrepreneur and a business mentor. Please help me welcome him as he come forward. He's a business mentor, right? And an entrepreneur. Zeka, welcome.
Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Arthur Shinti, I call him the relationship specialist. He's been married for a very long time. Has a lot of qualifications. I won't finish them all. Mr. Arthur Shinti, welcome. Alphonse, I call him Alphonse Shimbichi, but then they call him Dr. Alphonse. He is a gospel artist, a consultant, and a youth pastor as well. Please, Alphonse, welcome. Last but not least, we've got a very good friend of mine. He is a pilot by profession and also a life coach as well. Tutumbako, please come forward. I'm a little bit windy, but everything will work out. Alright, where do we start? Alright, gentlemen?
From the top.
From the top. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little bit outnumbered, but when I look at the auditorium, I'm embraced. Yeah. Thank you so much, ladies. Can you give me a high five? High five. Okay. Well, there's a saying that says that if you want to learn how to fish, a fisherman should teach you how to fish. You will not be able to know how to fish just by yourself, just like that. There's really so much what we want to know. Can we start with Mr. Alfie Shinde? Is there a statement that you usually hear about women say about men which you think is not true or which is not correct?
Well, it's about men, women, it's about husband and wife. So at times it should be very clear as to what we are making reference to. If it is a man, a woman, is it a husband and a wife? Because there is a distinction there. This is where you find out that, I've noticed that more often than not, you get people who have perpetual boyfriends. An elderly woman in the 60s, and she's telling you I have a boyfriend. And you're wondering, what does it mean for someone who is 60 talking about a boyfriend? And there are situations now when you talk of husband and wife, it means there is a marriage. Someone was telling me that marriage is the only war where you sleep with your enemy. Indicating that within the marriage, something is not right. Things are not working within that marriage. And as someone was also telling me that when you get into marriage, you have now decided that you're no longer a bachelor. In other words, you're no longer a young man. You have now decided that you want to get into a relationship. The courtship is over. In other words, the Hollywood is now over. Because when you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, there is a lot of pretense. I'll use myself as an example. When I courted my wife, I was borrowing jackets, nice things to wear. When I got married, my wife was now looking in the wardrobe to look at where that jacket was. That jacket was my brother, because I was aiming to get her. Once we were now in marriage, it was now a relationship where I had also given up what I had and now sticking to that one woman. I know in biblical context, it makes it easier when in biblical context, all people always say, no, this is when a man leaves his house and comes and unites with the wife, with the woman who then becomes the wife. So it means if you have left your house, it means also even the dependents that you have left, though they'll be carried through, but the definition of the Bible means you have left. So if you have left, it means now you are now clinging to that who is now your wife. So when we talk about marriage, coming back to your question, some misconceptions where women always think that, no, if I now have him as my husband, all the fight is over. I talked of myself from the perspective of borrowing. Same applies with the woman. I don't know after this whether, my wife will still be my wife, because then she'll be saying, what were you saying there? Because there are expectations when I go into marriage. The things that she was doing, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Then she starts telling me, no, don't do that. Don't touch me there. But I used to touch you there before. What has now changed? So people should realize that when you are still boyfriend and girlfriend, it's a situation of courtship. Once that is over, you've now agreed that this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So those things that I used to say yes when I didn't really want them, it's time now to then say, look, actually, what I want is as follows. So it's always best to then clarify that when you are now in the relationship. So in the relationship, when you are now even before getting married, that look, this is what I am, this is what I want. So that when you are now in marriage, it doesn't become a surprise. Maybe before I finish off for the others, so that they also have a stake or something to say. As men, I'm now generalizing. As men, sex is number one. I know we would you hear now there's someone who is echoing that. I've noticed that in a number of these platforms, that area of sex is not touched. So I decided immediately I'll hit that one on sex. Sex is number one. With a man, it doesn't matter if there is an earthquake or if I have one leg missing, it's been chopped, I still want it. Oh yeah, I can hear the women saying, but that is us men, general statement. And I want to be fed. So address my stomach. I want to eat. So if you have fed me sexually, feed me also with the food. And make sure that the house that we are staying in is clean, is smart, because I, being the head of the family, want to make sure that these things are done. And if you are respecting me as a man, that the man is the head of the house, everything will now fall into place. Women don't know that they are so powerful. If only they knew that they are powerful, if they give me my sex and they feed my stomach, whatever you want, even my wallet, even my car key of a new car, I'll give it to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our topic for tonight is what men wished women knew about them. You just said what you said, or you just jumped to I thought it was the last. It's going to be the last topic. In my agenda, it's the last topic, and actually just brought it to the front already, that in their list, sex is number one. So ladies, you're sitting there, number one priority of a man, what you need to know what they want is, they're saying it's sex, they want it. Oh, no, they don't want it, they what? Please elaborate for me.
By the way, first of all, thanks everyone that came by. It's cold out there and you escaped city police, but you made it. Clap hands for yourself. The reason why we're here most of all is about sex, because that's a topic that we don't discuss out there. So we're going to talk about sex, respect, honor, etc. But for men, sex is like drinking water. Sex is like, you know, as my brother was saying right here, if you're married and you don't give your husband sex, at the time we're talking about the man start playing with his toys. So what are toys? Toys can be a TV game, toys can be watching soccer, or toys can also be giving attention to someone else because the wife or the spouse is not satisfying him sexually. But if you give the husband sex in the confine of marriage, we're talking about marriage now, not something else, not camborotos and no, talk about marriage. If you give your husband sex, the husband will automatically respect you. He will honor you because you fulfilled one of his greatest needs. So sex is vital.
All right, you heard it. It's not coming from me. It's coming from them. Well, in my research, I did a lot of research about this person called a man. And I've spoken to a lot of ladies, and I have spoken with a lot of couples as well. And I came to realize that this individual they're actually just the same. It's like one tree has been planted, and then the leaves and the roots goes like this. So they actually are connected to one thing. They are wired the same. They only do things differently. George, I want you to speak to us about a man's ego. What's so important about a man's ego? Why is it that you guys protect it so much, or want it to be protected, or you're always not really going out there, being all excited and so, but then always being that masculine, showing off that no, it's a man around.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. On the issue of the ego, when we were created, God created a man first. Okay, and we were given responsibility. So responsibility was not given to a woman. Okay, in the first number one, all the instruction in the garden was given to Adam. You see, Eve just became as a, what do you call it? A cherry on top of a cake, right? Just to spice up stuff. But the instruction was given to a man. And that's why you see that, even when you see that I'm not getting closer to my vision, I'm not getting closer to, achieving something. If I believe in it, you have to follow, because that's why you were created as a helpmeet. See, to help this guy that you are following, right? So regardless whether immediately he landed $1 billion contract or he landed the 10 rand contract, you have to still support until you see the result. Now, that's where it comes in. That means that even if I'm putting up a face, it's not that I'm happy. You see, when I achieve, when I get there, and I know that everything that pushes a man, especially a husband who's hardworking, I'm not talking about those that are not hardworking. The Bible also said that, see, for the fact that this man is hardworking, let him not be what? Alone. Yeah, for those that are not hardworking, they must be on this side. You see, so at the end of the day, you see, if I'm not satisfied that I'm providing, especially if I brought you in my life, if I'm not satisfied that I'm doing enough, it will still be, it's something that is just, it's just there. It's an inbuilt that's put in there. But then, you see, there's something that, you see, you can't make a man feel small, right? Regardless whether you are in the house and you are the one that gets more money. You see, you can't make it look like, you see, you want to make decisions. You understand? Want to call the shots while you have a husband in the house. I'm the one that brings in more money. Money is like toilet paper. You see, it's there for use. But when I saw you first, I didn't see money. I saw you. You see. So and the man at the end of the day, even what the Bible says is that a man needs respect. Irregardless whether he's bringing $50. See, the Bible didn't say respect him when he's bringing 50, when he's bringing 1,000, when he's bringing $10. No, it just say do what? Respect the man.
Can you kindly please just elaborate to us what is respect? Can you define it? Because some of us are struggling.
Okay.
What is
Respect. I'll give you an example. Okay. If you respect your man, see, if you respect your husband, and for example, let me put it this way: a woman or wife, she's the one that has more money than the man, right? Then he said, see, the wife wants to go on holiday, right? She wants to go on holiday. And she just went ahead and booked because she has the money. So she went and booked the place, booked everything, booked the tickets. And you just come to your husband and say, oh, December we are going to Paris. You just say, no, December we are going.
Okay.
But you see, you if you have a husband, right, you can do that when you're on your own.
But wanted to surprise him.
No. You see, we don't like that kind of surprise. You see, it involves a lot of money. I mean, if it's a vacation. So you have to come to your husband and ask. See, and ask. Maybe I have other plans. Or maybe the money we needed to use, if we have that kind of money, maybe we need to put it somewhere else. But the question is not about control. Respect is just for the fact that this person is in your life, they matter. It's not that they matter because of money. It's not that they matter because of what they give you. No, it's because you chose them as well. For them and for you. Not just because they have money, that's when you see. I have seen a lot of couples where a person is submissive because of money. Is submissive because of the house where they stay. Is submissive because of the car she drives every day. But in actual fact, let's take out all the cars and all the houses and all the money. You will see that that lady is not, she doesn't respect the person. She doesn't, it's like that, I don't know, it's like something that is just there that you need to realize that, look, if I don't, it's like you don't give, how do I put it? It's like you don't value the person, you value them based on what basically they put on the table. Because if you don't go and ask for permission, you see the Bible says the man is a head and the wife is a helpmeet. You got to accept it. You see, number one, what we don't like on earth is accepting reality. You see, the Bible said it already, it's a fact, you can't change it.
Picking up from what the two of you said is that, in actual fact, it's actually that the woman is the brain power. So, but then as a woman, if you know your position as a brain power, if I may use the word manipulate the situation, then do that. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good day, everyone. For me, respect is important. You know, we are like, and man is like the head of the physical body. Then the lady is like the rest of the body. Because the head is just there doing nothing. The head just stands and yeah. But then the rest of the body is what does most of the work. When you have to lift a backpack, you don't use your head. It's this part of the body.
Okay.
So now, for you to get what you want, as a lady, you have to be sneaky. Yeah, you have to be sneaky. You know, because as Mr. Shindi said, that sex is important. Most of the things that you want as a woman, you can get in the bedroom. Whatever. Anything. You know, that's where we do promises. You know, we do promises. we do promises. Because the moment you just show me that I'm the man, whatever you want, you can control it all, as he said. You can control it. You know, so just make me feel like a man. If I feel that, okay, because even, let's say for example, you come to me having a suggestion that, no, I was thinking we should extend the kitchen. Even if I support it, I'll still be like, wait, let me think about it.
Okay.
But I do support it, but I'll be like, no, wait. You know, now, it's not for you to come and rush me, or no, just allow me. It's already processed. It's through. But I just need to show that I'm the...
Yeah, just to add on this one, this is very powerful. The question is, why do we honor our bosses at work more than we honor our husbands at home? Because we know our bosses at work will provide us for our salary and so forth. Now, it's true, and we all agree that women in nowadays, they are more educated, true or false? All my stories are true. Women are more educated, they study more, they tend to progress more. The MDs, the MD of Namfisa, the MD of Nampower, they're all ladies, you get it? So they have that potential to actually excel in everything that they do. But the husband still remains the head of the house. I know of this brother, he is a pastor, man. And you know, as a pastor, he doesn't earn that much, right? Now, she's a manager at the workplace. But whenever she comes home, you know what she does? She says, Daddy, I brought our salary. You know? For some of you, be like, this boy, he doesn't work, he can't even cook. And he's asking for the salary. But she honors him in that way. It doesn't mean that he takes all the salary and he chops the money, no. But just the fact that he honors him, he says, love, actually I don't need anything. As long as our family is in order, you can go and spend the money as you want. But where does it come from? It comes from honoring. Now, this same lady, she had offers from her colleagues at work, from managers, people that drive X5. And she could decide to leave this husband, who is a pastor, and is earning peanuts, you get it? She could have decided to leave this guy and go for someone that's earning more. But she knows what honor is. She knows that this man is great and is greater. His vision is far more than we can ever think or imagine. You get it? So you might have a boyfriend or you might have a husband that might be in the same scenario, but think about where is this man taking you. The reason why you're prosperous and you are so strong at your workplace is because of his prayers. You get it? Take him out of your life, you become a piece of meat. Take him out of your life, you become a piece of bread. Why? Because he's holding you. You get it? And the Bible says that God has put everything together, let no man separate. By the way, just to add one more thing. We as men, we will never take a trophy wife, a trophy girl to our mother. Never. Before, yes.
She asked, what is a trophy girl?
Thank you very much.
Now,
Yeah.
let me expand on that. You see, a trophy girl is, you see, all women in my capacity, all of them are beautiful. Why? The Bible says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Right? Now, but then you get some. See, there's this say, I think it was Crockett and Jones, they say, some men are created equal, but some are more equal than others. Now, you get some women, right? All they want, right, is making their nails, their hair, makeup, wear certain brands, and all this stuff, right? And they teach themselves how just to, for them it's just to receive, okay? Just to receive. It's like you see at the farm, when you have that machines that suck milk out of the cow. So that lady is like that machine. You see, so now, if I take you to my mom, and it's like I know already that, look, we can be in the city, but I know for sure that number one, you will not even go to the sink to even help my mom. But maybe your body, so yeah, it's just, it's like, it's like you choose between going to Captain Dorregos and Hungry Lion and KFC. So it's like you yourself, you know very well that, the problem mostly with the trophy wife is that, or a trophy girlfriend is that, she's always neat. Not that the others are not neat, but it's like she's materialistic. She's always about looking good. It's not that, others don't look good, but it's just that her mind, her mind is so close. Her mind is so close. So now, with us, one thing that is more attractive to a woman is an open mind. See, even if we are boyfriend and girlfriend, when I come, if we are courting, when we come to the flat, which most of us as young people, we have tried it. Some of us, we're still doing it, and some of us tried it before that. But then, the fact is that when I come home, and I have a problem, maybe I started a business, or I'm working for somebody, you will think that my problems will be taken away by your nice nightie, or lingeries, or whatever. But I require you to have this, so that we solve the problem on my side, so that I build more, I bring more. But then what you're doing, the trophy one she's always nice. You see, everybody likes her. She smells nice. Her nails, it's like, you see, washing dishes is a no-no. But even cooking, it's way no-no. It's like, we can go to the confab tonight, or we can go to whatever, somewhere. Yeah. It's always about, it's always living in the moment. You see, but then when she's struck by reality, it's going to take her some time to just change. It's not going to take, she's a long way to freedom. Yeah. So, but what you need to understand is that every woman is a woman that deserves to be loved, that deserves somebody who can treat her very well. But sometimes, as he's saying, the trophy ones, they always want to be the ones. Everybody, when you go somewhere, they create this thing, they create this sack where it's like everywhere everybody must see me. Everywhere where we go, I must be check me out all the time. You see? So that's when you see that, as he's saying that, to be honest, I can't take you to my mom. Yeah. Because my mom at that point requires me to get somebody who can take over from her. You understand? So now if you are also like this, like that, like you can't take over from her, and she will not even no matter how beautiful you are, she cannot accept, she will not say, no, are you? Okay, is that your friend? No, she's mine. Don't say the word. You see, so that's the thing that all of you here is that one thing you need to understand is that for us men, what is attractive in a woman is not that we call it the B&B. All right, just in short. I hope you understand what the B&B means. Anybody doesn't understand B&B? I hope everybody understands. The breast, and the buttocks. B&B. So it has different meanings. It has different meanings. But what you need to understand is that we like women. Have you ever heard of somebody saying beauty without brain? Or beauty with brain? Yeah, so that's it. We like beauty with brain. Yeah, you become more attractive every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some. Talking about the trophy wife, you said some men. Talking about the trophy wife, she's so attractive, or the trophy girlfriend. I actually had a trophy girlfriend. By the way, she's not here, so it's okay. We can talk.
safe.
It was 1964, long time ago. You know, I was working at F&B, and she was it. When she walks on air. You know, she's a B&B, for real. You know, and
Tell us about
this
it.
is a type of girl that I'll take her for an event. You get it? I'll take her for an event, I'll show off to my friends, you know, take her to Swakopmund, but I'll never take her to my mother. Because I know my mother will say, no, what are you doing with such? You get it? And then, this is a true life story. She finished grade 10 and I put her back at school, you know, to continue studying. She only stayed there for 1 week and she stayed, school is not for me. I know, what is good for you then? If school is not good for you. I took her and I placed her at Mug and Beans to work as a waitress. She stayed there for only 1 day, you know, and on a CV I was the reference. So the manager called me, where is this girl? You know, I was trying to build a wife, you get it? Because I knew that she's a B&B. So where is this lady? And she switched off her phones. The next day she called me, I'm not going back to that work. I know, what do you want? You get it? Put her back to a college to do computer skills. She stayed there for 1 week. And I told myself that, my brothers used to tell me that she's not gonna last. But I convinced myself that I want to marry a model. You get it? Like most of the guys, you want to marry a beautiful model. But one thing we don't know is that ladies change. You get it? When you get pregnant, when you get kids, your body changes. Men marry hope, women won't change. And women marry hope, men will change. You get it? So we marry hoping they won't change, but they change. And you ladies, you marry us hoping we change, but our socks are still dirty. We don't change. But by the grace of God, we are changing. Amen? So, and it took some time. I had to decide. We went to Hair Lodge. Let me just cut a bit short. Went to Hair Lodge, and then we had the F&B social event and everything that was happening. And then she said, let's sleep over. And I mean, who want to sleep over with such a B&B? But I told her, no, I'm preparing myself for marriage. By the way, I was a virgin. And I told her that the only person I'm going to have sex with is going to be my wife. And she got so mad, the next day we broke up. You get it? Now, coming back to reality, I met my wife many years back. And she's different. By the way, she's here. Baby, are you here? Can you please wave your hand? Can you please wave your hand? There she is. She's more than a B&B. She's got the buttocks, she's got the brains, she's got man, she's got everything that you wish in a lady. You know? But most important, she made me chase after her. So we men, we love to chase after women. If I ask you out and you say yes on the first day, you're too cheapo. But if you allow me to chase you, you know, it took more than a year. I chased after her, she put me on reject. She told the pastor that this boy is too much after me, you know. She you know, it was bad for all year. But I keep on chasing after her until she said yes. So that's what we are looking for.
Just to add on what he said.
Okay, I'm not allowed to say anything apparently.
As he said, he was trying to build a wife out of the B&B. There's no one that can make you a wife. As the Bible says, it's in the book of Proverbs. He who finds a wife, I need to find you as a wife. You know, so the whole time that you are trying to build your B&B, life was preparing her.
Yes.
You know, life was already preparing her throughout.
Huge pastor.
So no man can make you a wife. What we do is just we become one. That's all. But I need to find you as a wife because me looking at you, I already know that, okay, this I can marry, this I can't. Just by looking at you, just your presentation, your speaking, everything. So, yeah.
Very interesting though. Apparently when man looks at you, you already knows that this one I can take it to my mother or I can just chop and go. So ladies, tomorrow when he comes around and he looks at you, don't give him that smile because he's got a lot of things in his mind going around there. Don't give him that smile. And you know, we're talking about the husband, how a husband must be honored, must be respected, and all those kind of things. There's someone sitting there who just ask and who just have a question or just a statement and say that, well, respect is earned. Is respect earned for a man? It's earned. You need to earn respect because you find some boyfriends, husbands, uncles that are very irresponsible, that you cannot even trust them with anything, not even their own lives. What kind of advice would you give that wife that is having a husband that is, she's really struggling with the husband? Number one, this husband, it's not only that, okay, he's unemployed, she works, but then what this husband does is, she comes home with the money and then he goes and drinks it out. Very irresponsible, bills are not paid. What do you want her to do with that? What kind of advice can you give that wife? Because it's very difficult for you to submit under someone that is not building you, that is breaking you. I mean, you find some men that are really just unbearable.
All right. Did it become unbearable after or before marriage?
After marriage.
But you must have clicked before marriage. You can't hide things for long.
Okay, but then now the person is in the marriage. What will your advice be?
Should pray.
By the way, guys, we've got Zeka George, Arthur Shinji, and him. They're married, including myself. I'm throwing the question to him because he's the single guy here.
He's available.
He's available.
Okay, if you are married, then I don't know. Then they have to.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, there's always the reality that a lot of us, from women or men, you see, when there's a stage that we call in love stage, that's a very dangerous stage. See, he drinks, but you think, but he will change. He's so cute. You know, there was a soapy we used to watch. There was, Salvador? There was this guy, Salvador. Every girl, you see, when we're in school, every girl will just, when it's 5:36, I forget it, you will not see a girl in the street. Forget it. Otherwise, go and watch with her. So, the thing is that the person just doesn't change just overnight. You get married, and he changed when you got married. No. One, there will be a reason why perhaps he hang on to you. Number one, you might be maybe a ticket for him to stay afloat. The other one would be the fact that maybe you did something. I mean, a lot of things, but to give an advice to a woman like that is that, look, either she's not really asking the right question, either she just she wants you to say divorce him.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's not asking the right question. Yeah, because if the person was not a drunkard when you met them, what happened? What made them a drunkard? And number one, I mean, how can I be that so dumb to be able to be wanting to drink away the money? There should be something that he's trying to prove. But the question is not clear. She's just asking for somebody to convince to say, I think you must divorce him because he's drinking away your money. She's looking to somebody to, you see, we used to do this thing at school. You see, we didn't study to go and pass the test. Then we go write the test and we fail. Now to make ourselves feel good, I'll look for who else has failed. Then when they say, oh, so it's 15 that failed. Oh, okay, so I'm at least safe. And I said, so she's just looking for somebody to side with her and say, oh, it's true. He's a bad husband. He's drinking up your money. But why are you giving him money in the first place if you're the one Is he beating you to get the money?
He's the husband now.
Understand?
He's the husband, he's
You
the
see,
head. You're
so-
coming on bed, he's the man, he's
Yeah.
the salad.
Yeah, so that's the thing I'm saying, that you see, she's just crying for somebody to support already her thoughts.
There are certain situations, I'll call them situations or cases, which require help of counseling. There are times that when systems degenerate in that relationship, there is external help that is required. More often than not, people leave it until it's very difficult to mend what would have happened in the relationships. So if there are these telltale signs, the big C should come in. You know, what do I call the big C? Communication. Because communication at times is verbal or non-verbal. Find an opportunity to talk to your husband. Find an opportunity to talk to your wife in a manner where you are not shouting your husband or shouting your wife. He has already indicated that there are times when you can talk to your husband. Some wives know that in the bedroom, I'll get him. And some wives will say, no, not in the bedroom. When he's eating, I prepare for him nice meal because I know he loves chicken, he loves beef. While he's busy enjoying his beef, that's when you start knocking at that point. Without arguing, but just presenting the case. More often than not, situations like that are dealt with at those conditions. If it doesn't work, then you go to another level of now getting professionals who are trained in this matter to help your relationship. Because at times, if you don't get people who are trained to deal with it, that's when you can lose a relationship which could have actually lasted you a lifetime over things that you've just been sweeping under the carpet. Because telltale signs will be there. And at the moment you see these telltale signs, start addressing them or seek for help.
Can we go for a break of 10 minutes? And then when we come, we're going to talk about the detestable things that women do that men don't like, especially when it comes to single ladies, and what is too much chase. I mean, every lady wants to be chased after. But then there's a saying that says that too much of everything is bad. What is it that you do that is maybe you're doing too much, or you're playing too much hard to get, and then you lose the master perfect or whatsoever you may call him. And then after the break, we'll also have a lot of questions. Please note down all your questions. So before we go ahead, then let's just go for a tea break for 10 minutes and so, and then we'll be back again. Thank you so much.